Testing. 1, 2, 3. Hey, Patty, what's up? What's up, Patty? What is up? What's up? Can you hear me, Pat? Can you hear me? All right. Welcome to the road recovery. All right. Gotta clean up the mess over here some more. What a mess. All right. I was going through some boxes and shit. All right. Wait some people get in here and then I'll start. Got to get a drumstick, Pat. Stress reliever. All right. Okay, I'll explain the road recovery. The road recovery is a course I created, okay? It deals with stress, anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder. How about that? Let me fix my camera here because I'm a little bit crooked. There we go. All right, fix my glasses. All right. It also deals with drug abuse. It deals with love. It deals with the equalities of life. Equalities of life is a very important thing. First of all, I'm going to take a different approach. First of all, I'm not a doctor, okay? I developed a course that I had everything that you... Oh, you're there? All right. Okay, there you go, Robert. I developed a course that I had chronic panic attacks, agoraphobia. I was on Xanax. I was on a bunch of stuff that doctors prescribed me over the years. I've been on 87 different types of antidepressants, 40 at a time. So I went into a coma in 17 and I developed a course. Everything went away. All right. I made it go away. I made it go away with my mind. I was dyslexic. I don't deal with dyslexia anymore. I don't deal with fear. And fear is one of the points that with fear, and thank you, Jane. Sounds a little static. All right. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can fix that. All right. Give me a second here. All right, hold on 1 second. Okay, let's see. All right, try that now. Is that a little better, Jane? All right. I developed a course for the point that I got rid of everything. And I'm a normal person. I don't deal with fear. I don't deal with getting annoyed. I don't deal with hurt. I don't deal with getting disappointed. I can deal with death. I can get over it very quickly in seconds. I can get mad for a second and just let it go. Most people don't let it go. So I developed a course that I overrule psychiatrists and doctors, okay? And I actually have cured people. I've gotten people out of wheelchairs, cured them with cancer and a bunch of stuff. So I'm very surprised that a lot of people more don't come into the road recovery. The road recovery, if you follow it as a course, you have to get a journal. You got to make your journals up. I have that in the courses, and I'll explain that. Journal is what you do. It's a story of your past life, okay? Usually with your past life, it's a horrifying story. Usually around between 18 and 24, something happened along the way, and it was called responsibility. You could have been raped. You could have been molested. It could have been a million things, okay? Bad boyfriend, a kid could have died, parent, whatever. So somewhere along the way in your life, your mind, your brain was like this. It got tilted, all right? You basically did it to yourself, like I did it to me, all right? Story of the road recovery is the story of my life because I had a very horrifying life with death, murder of my father, 2 grandmothers, and an aunt, okay? Friends, and I could keep going on to a cousin that I have that is retarded. And, you know, I came up with this course, and it works. It totally works. Jane would tell you it works. Jane follows it. Robert follows it. It's the people that followed it, and they think they get better for a day, and then they're like, I'm all right. You know, well, you're not all right. You got to follow it weekly. It's a weekly thing. It's a 16 weeks, 12 to 16 weeks that you got to watch the video really 3 times to make it work. Patty has watched it, and, you know, she'll agree that you don't follow it 100%. But that's up to you. If you want to get better in in 12 weeks, 16 weeks, and say, I have no more anxiety, no more post-traumatic stress disorder, you'll be happy. All right. And when the happiness is there, 100%, your life will change. But if you go away from the road recovery and don't keep going back and looking at the tapes, it's like it's going to go away. It's like a drug, okay, of the mind. All right. Now, with that, it's not mind manipulation. It's just telling you about fact and logic. All right. So I'm gonna get on the course of a few things tonight about dealing with death, getting over death. All right. Death is a number one. It's up on the list. See, stress can do a number on you. And for one thing, you can't do, you can't bring a person back. There is no way. I've done miracle stuff in my life, but there's no way you can bring a person back. So you got the right to live. Okay, you got the right to live and enjoy your life, and you'll be with your loved ones if you believe. I'm a firm believer in God. If you believe in that, you'll be with your loved ones one day. But you have the right to enjoy your holidays, to enjoy your family. And even if you don't have a family, you got a family here with me, Pauly D. I mean, I run the radio station, and music is a part of the cure to get into the radio station, because you got to keep your mind very well occupied. All right. I keep it occupied very much. I program. Last night was actually the first night I got some real sleep, or the other, no, I think it was the other night I got some sleep for a change. I usually live on 1 hour to 2 hour asleep a night, and I train my mind and set my body clock, and that's another thing. So the first thing you want to do is you have to get, and I'll go over it again. You got to get two notepads, 3 pens in case one runs out of ink. You want to say, oh, I don't have a pen, I'm not going to write in my journal. You got to put your name on it, your date you were born, your mother, your father, the dates they were born, your brother, sister, and if anyone's deceased, you would write their deceased. And you go through years 1 through 5 of your life, what you can remember. All right. Now, I remember my whole life from the day I was born, basically, to up to now. Every day I remember. All right. I got a photographic memory. So you got to take that and you go years 1 through 5, 5 through 10, 10 through 15, 15 through 20, all the way up. All right. Now, it took you 50, 60 years to mess the whole thing up. Okay. With 12 weeks of you putting a little work and effort into yourself for a change. And hold on, I got a spot on my glasses here. There we go. I hate when that happens. All right. Be a scratch. Okay. If you're willing to put the work in and feel better, but if you walk away, from the road to recovery, and I also teach you, yes, Robert, how to deal with pain, and I move pain in my body. It's through my whole body. I can move parts of it, and you got to have a firm belief. My firm belief is in God. You got to have something that drives you. Okay, I don't care what it is, if it's sex or whatever. If that's your drive, that's your drive. You got to have something that drives you and makes you happy. Most people can say they're happy, but they paint a pretty picture of they're not happy. They're far from happy. They're depressed. They deal with, especially when the coronavirus came along, no one expected that, and they went into a panic. I didn't panic about it at all. I walked out of here like it was a normal day, So that's where you got to get it. So I want you all, like right now, I want you to take a deep breath. Don't sit forward when you're watching the video. That causes stress. Like, relax. That's why I have the drumstick here. I relax my body, okay? And I say to myself, I'm going to have a good time tonight talking to you guys and getting you well. There is a cure without medication. Some medications, don't get me wrong. Some people do need Xanax. Some people do need pain medication. But some of it you don't need. These doctors have prescribed you medication that stuck basically poisons in your system and made you sicker. The doctors are the experimental people, that you are the experimental guinea pigs to see if the drugs are going to work. And if they don't, you can get very sick like I did with the contrast. All right. And I didn't realize it until it happened to me. The truth is kept secret, swept under the rug. You'll never know truth till you never know the drug they gave you. All right. So we're going to sit back and relax, take a nice deep breath, light up a cigarette. I'm not a hypocrite of that. You know, you want to focus and you want to stay focused on a thing. It's great to type on chats and feeds, but this feed's like an important feed. It's a course. All right. Now, with people not coming here, it doesn't bother me. I'm not the one who loses. I got my shit down. All right. If my doctor's asking me, am I giving out cards? So I got cards for helping people with cancer and stuff. A doctor's asking me for my cards, and I don't have a degree for this. I figured it out. So I want you. We're going to go into something. I'll go into a little bit about depression, a little bit about death, getting over it, the pain of death, and what it can cause. Okay. Now I've gone over this, and if I don't keep going over it with you guys, you'll never get it. Okay. You just don't get it. If you just don't get it, you'll never get well. Okay. One thing, your whole life is surrounded by fear. Okay. You fear a lot. I don't care how big you are, how strong you are. If you hit fatigue, man, that'll drop you real fast. I've dealt with it where I couldn't even strike the key on the keyboard. Okay. So what you got to do is you got to try to lose fear. I mean, fear of people yelling at you, condemning you, ridiculing you, okay, and death, okay, that you're afraid of dying, or if someone dies, you want to die. You don't want to die. You want to live. You want to live. You want to live the rest of your life out as a really good life. You want to have a great life, you know. So if your spouse dies or something, you can have 30 to 40 extra years if you live it right, and you'll be with them in the end, as far as I'm concerned. All right, look at my father. My father got murdered. I don't cry about my dad. If my mom died today and my sister called me right now, I say to my sister, and this ain't being cruel, and she knows it, and my mom knows it. I say, Denise, I'm doing road recovery. I'll call you back after it's done. I can't bring my mom back. All right. And then I'll deal with it, but I'm not going to drop tears. I've had a very horrible life that I'm done with dropping tears. I'm not going to drop it. Can everybody grieve the same at death? Most definitely. It's the way your mind is a terrible thing to waste. Yes, if you utilize your mind, and I don't care with death, I do care, but what I'm saying is I'm making a point of this. You think of the last things about when a person was sick, they can even drop dead of a heart attack for no reason. Okay, but you got to think of the happy times you had with that person. Okay, and you could have one good time that you could think of. And if you keep thinking that over and over instead of the death and people talking about the death, that's the worst thing. You know, some people, even on Facebook, they put up the death a million times and talk about their parents over and over and over again. They're looking for some notoriety that someone actually cares and gives a shit about you. People do. But the way social media is, they got it so blown out of proportion and blindsided everyone that people put up prayers and stuff. And yes, Jamie, of course, it's overthinking. You can't overthink, all right, about that. If you're going to sit there and someone dies and you're going to sit there through, you're talking about when we used to have funerals, there used to be 3 days and then the burial, whatever. And you would be there for, the person dies, okay, you're stressed out for a day. That's 1 day there. The funeral arrangements, the next couple of days you're waiting. Then you have the funeral, okay? Then you got to deal with all the relatives and all. And God forbid, if you came in there with a smile, who would be ridiculing you? Your whole family would be ridiculing you 100%, saying, what, you didn't love Ma? Because what, you were thinking of a nice thought about your mom? You know, or your brother, your sister, your cousin, even an animal. I mean, people just don't understand you can grieve the same. You're going to lose each other along the way. I'm the type of guy that'll probably live to 130 and keep helping people while I watch people go. And I'm going to feel bad, but I'm going to be with you one day again. That's the way I feel. All right. So you got to try to deal with death a little bit easier and just say and look up and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to see you in 40 years. I'm going to live the rest of my life out, and you're going to love that person. And there's really nothing wrong if they also ridicule you. If you met someone right away, that's wrong. I'm sorry. But if you met someone and your wife passed away or whatever, and you met someone for companionship or whatever, To me, that's nothing wrong with that. Everybody deserves to have a good life. You don't deserve to be locked in a room in a cage, being depressed and staring at the wall and crying and sleeping your life away. You should be up in the morning. Most people don't like, to tell you the truth, most people don't like the shades and the blinds drawn. They like them closed. Well, one day it's going to be dark. The lights are going to go out for you. So you should have them open. So when the sun comes up in the morning, you're up. So you also set your body clock. You got to figure out with your body clock how much time in life do you want to utilize. Okay. Now, if you sit there depressed over a death or whatever, you could be depressed for the rest of your life and have a miserable life, and then you're going to die. So, you know what? That's horrible. You want to be happy, put a smile on the face. Last 3 years is the best years of my life, man. Everything went straight, and I can laugh now, and I can joke about things. I can get on the radio, make people laugh, and have a good time. And I'm very happy with myself. I'm very, very sick, which is true. You know, I walk. I'm starting to walk, but it's very painful, and I keep doing it. You got to have that drive where you get up, and by the time I'm done with you, if you follow this course, you should be able to move mountains, man. If the wall gets in front of you, you should be able to. If a wall gets in front of you, you should find a way under it, around it, over it, through it, whatever. And when you get through there, if the sand's there, you should be able to drink the sand and to get to the water and drink that. You got to have this drive that you want to go and you want to conquer things in life. You can't kick me down. No one can. No one has. And they can't make me shut up because I'll do ventriloquism, which I learned really quick. That was a gift from God. That if they want to shut me up, I can easily go, no, you're not really going to shut me up. And you think you can. You're not going to because I'm not going to lose my bliss. Okay, so everybody shut up. Now you can't shut me up now, so no one can actually touch me. As of it, I don't ever get threatened. And if someone does put a hateful remark on a page about, I don't put about presidencies. I really don't put about, I put up every once in a while about God or whatever, if on Easter and stuff. And I don't post that sort of stuff because it's just fueling the fire that someone has their views. My views, God, maybe their views is they're some different type of religion that they don't believe in God, period. All right. And that is my views 100%. So if I believe in God and someone goes against me, I'm not even going to waste my time no more on Facebook arguing with them. The easiest thing is saying, these are my views. And if you don't like them, you can leave my page. And if you don't, I'll make you disappear. You can make people disappear as much as Facebook can make you disappear. To go straight through the wall. Exactly. You know what? The thing is, every time you deal with stress and anxiety, you're aging yourself little by little. A death can age you so bad that you can look. Seriously, do you want to look like right now I'm 56, all right? Do I want to look like I'm about 90 when I'm about 57? No, I do not. So I'm not going to get stressed out because I'm not going to run my heart. I'm not going to have my heart race. I'm not going to have, basically, I'm not going to have my blood pressure up. Don't have high blood pressure. I have great blood pressure. And I'm going to keep it the same. I want to stay, I said for my 21st birthday, I said I want to be eternally young for the rest of my life. All right. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be eternally young. I'm like going to be like a kid that never left the kickball field. And I got responsibilities. And with them responsibilities, all right, I mean, you know, you can be a kid at heart and never leave the kickball field or Toys R Us. So first of all, you got to lose the fear, okay? And whoever had a death out there, I feel bad. And I heard Jane had a problem, and she thanked me very much. And thank you, Jane, for the donation. I really appreciate that very much. You know, you got to have some great sort of heart out there with yourself. To me, you got to treat yourself like number two, because if you weren't number two, you wouldn't be able to care about someone. You treat yourself like number one. I got up 8:30 tonight. I got in a shower. I got in a shower this morning. I take 2 showers a day. So I care about myself. That's me being number one. So We're getting over death. Now, how are you going to get over? I just explained the whole thing to you. You're going to get over the funeral, and you might drop a tear, but you might think about it. Hey, you know what? The person might be out of pain, and they won't have to live with that pain no more. And then you might find out one day that what they went through. Because after you hit the ground, I don't care if you have a trek in your throat, you had a heart attack. I've hit the ground 9 times. I've been dead 9 times. So with that, I know what it is. I know what it is to die 100%. Okay. The only thing I can take is stomach medication because I get also acid reflux disorder. So that's basically all I can take from drinking too much coffee. Let's see. I'm going to read tonight some stuff here. A lot of anger, hatred now is in the media. Yes. Okay. Hatred. Okay. You got 2 million Democrat, 2 million Republican. All right. Now, with the 2 million Democrat and Republican, whoever loses, you want to kill. People want to kill the person who lost, or won. All right, whatever. And in my terms, you shouldn't hate. You shouldn't even use the word hate or direct it at someone. That's a terrible thing. People that hate. There's so many people on Facebook that paint a pretty picture, 100%. Okay, that they paint it that Facebook. It can be a horrible place, but I made it a good place. I get rid of the people that are jackasses on there, and I don't have to deal with them no more. The people that stayed, and I took a big swing from getting badgered by 25,000 people over saying that I wasn't sick, and I was, and I still am. I had the proof, I had everything, I showed it, and they, some guy makes up a lie on an open page, and everybody believes it. That's bullshit. You know what? If you have 20 good friends or 5 good friends on Facebook, you got 5,000. I hate, man, when people say, I got 5,000 friends. Where are them 5,000 friends when your wife or your spouse or whatever dies giving you prayers, man? You usually get like 200-300 prayers. Where's the rest of the people? All right? They don't have time. All right? They don't have time to say something nice to you or say something. And you shouldn't post it about the death day after day after day, because that means you're thinking about that death, all right, in your family. All right, so let me grab my cup of coffee here, stir it up. I love coffee. Coffee's good for you. Okay. Always keep paper towels. All right, so with it, try to get over and try to handle death. I mean, you're going to experience them every day of your life, and you hear about them even with the stars, David Bowie and everybody. They die every day. Someone's going to die, and you can't feel bad every day for everybody dying. All right, and I'm sorry, it's going to age you very bad. And if you get into that state where you're in your room and you're laying in the bed and you start staring at the wall. I've been in this house, and just till recently, okay, I recently got up and I started doing, instead of going to a therapist, I started getting the guts up and doing my own therapy. I've been through therapy myself a million times through accidents. So I started walking and using my legs in the house and down the hallway a little bit more. And it's painful, but I did it. All right. The same thing the other night. I was sick. I said I wasn't going to come on, but I stayed on from 11 o'clock at night all the way till 11 o'clock the next day. All right. I felt better because I said, I'm not going to give in to yourself. You cannot give in to yourself. You know what? The day you give in to yourself and give up on yourself is a day it's all over with. You don't want to do that. You want to feel good about yourself, man. Have a good time. Like Jane had a problem tonight with her son. You just got to learn how to deal with it in the right way. Now, another thing is also like kids. I'm not trying to jump around. I try to get this all to that you'll review it and you'll understand. Kids will try to get under your skin. All right. Kids like you to yell at them because the day that you yell at a kid or anybody, they know where they got you. I don't yell at no one. There's no reason to. I can speak normally, and if I do yell, I end it real quick these days. Whatever. And what does it say, Robert? I've been getting Jenny to walk, and she's getting stronger. Now, Robert's wife had a lot of problems, man, and I seen her legs. And if you ever seen her legs, it's very horrifying. Now, Jenny, his wife, is starting to walk, and that's where I got hooked up with Robert, as much as Patty and all. And I'll tell you the truth, I've come down on Patty Davis. All right, don't think I won't come down on you and say you're wrong. Hold it, stop, think about what you're saying for a minute. All right, because it's not logical. If you're gonna write something to someone on Facebook and write it to 10 people the same shit, if you're gonna have an anxiety attack, okay, we'll put that anxiety attack or someone died. If you're gonna call me, okay, call me and just say, Paul, I want to talk about someone died today. I need some help. Now it's very simple than writing out a whole story, because I'm not gonna read on a screen a whole paragraph about what happens to you when I could talk to you on the phone and solve your issue very quick. Okay, so it's called chat book. Them 5,000 friends aren't your friends. In your mind, you made them your friends. I got 5,000 friends. You don't have 5,000 friends. You're lucky if you have 5 to 10 at the most. Okay, and that's including kids and family members, whatever. And when you get sick, also most of the time, your family and your friends will walk away from you. And I found that out too. You've got to get 100% your shit together, that you take control of yourself. And that's what I did. I took total control of myself. I put myself into a position that nothing could shake me, make me, or break me. Okay? And I refuse to have it. And I want to see that done to you guys. So you can say, like I said, road recovery is a drug of my voice. It tells you, if you watch this tomorrow, you wake up, you set your schedule, you get up early in the morning, you should be watching this video again. And then if you have time to watch it a second time in the mid-afternoon, we're talking about, that's why I cut it down. I'm going to keep it to 45 minutes or less, so you can watch it. And then you should watch it once a night. You watch this for 7 days, it's going to get into your mind about death and letting it go. If you don't, oh, I will, Robert. See, if you don't watch it over and over, it's like you learned Stairway to Heaven, man. You just didn't put that album on and know all the words. You heard it over and over. You watch The Sopranos. You watch episodes over and over. You know it. You don't learn it the first time. It's called repetition. Man brainwashed you with the internet, and I hate to say it. It blindsided everybody. With the coronavirus, everybody that's getting sick of everything, they got the coronavirus. They got the coronavirus. I doubt that's true. I find that hard to believe. I just noticed something, man. I had the light there on my headset, and I go, damn, man, what's the green tint in my hair? Turn into friggin' ET or what? So you know what? I want you to think about this stuff this week. And I want you to get your journals and start writing your journals. I'm going to also put I'm going to put an email up that you put your contact number, so I have them all. And I got the other videos, Shane. If you go in here, there's I got the other videos. The other videos are on the Road Recovery site, and there's 1 or 2 on here. So it's about up to 3 or 4. I put as 3, so you get an extra part of the course. This course should have been a charged course, but I gave back for people helping me with donations so I can get better. I don't mind giving my time up, and I've done this for almost 2.5 years for people every week of my life, and I was going to give it up for good, and then I figured I'm not going to let people down. I got a great heart, man, and that's what you got to do. As long as you got a great heart, you know. I seen there was 6 people, now there's 5 in here. I guess that one person thought that wasn't important enough, or else I got something better to do, post on Facebook. No, this is like a doctor's appointment. You should be here on time, and if I'm a little late, okay, that would be like a doctor running over the time with his patient. You should be ready to go and be here when I start Road to Recovery. I'm not trying to be a jackass or anything, but if I'm going to put my time out, you should say, what time is Road Recovery, Paul? It's all there in black and white, unless I made a mistake. It's always going to be at about 9 o'clock. It's 9 or 10 o'clock. So I'm keeping it basically at 9 to about 9:45. Okay? Now, I want you to think, everybody, I want you to think about this all week. You know, watch the video and try to get a grip on it. Next week, I'm going to talk about doom and gloom. I'm going to talk about being homebound and getting yourself off your ass and getting yourself back together where you want to live again. You want to go out. You want to do things. You don't want to say, oh, I don't feel like going. Okay? You're going to want to go out and you want to do something, whether it's fishing, fly a kite. I don't care if it's putting pennies on the train tracks and having fun like you did when you were a kid. I want to see you guys get so intrigued with yourself that you have such a good time, man. They can have a good time going to a park. Take a friend to a park. Have a nice walk. Talk about when you were younger, when it was fun, man. There's nothing wrong with that. All people do is they do social media. You know what you do? Leave the phone home. Turn the phone off. All right? You don't need to be going to and talking to your best friend in a park and taking your time while you're having fun and having Facebook go off. Turn it off or leave it home. Leave social media. Social media, hey, I could have been a public figure. And even if I was, I'll tell you something. This is my social media. I have none. You can't get stuff on here. It's not a smartphone. It's a regular phone. I keep my phone on me for important calls, and that's about it. I don't take texts. I don't like texting. And you know what? I'd rather call someone if someone says, Paul, call me. But if they don't put their name down, I don't have their name logged in on the phone, how am I going to know who it is? So they should say, hey, man, this is Patty calling you. You know, Patty who? Patty Davis calling you. Please call me, Paul. That's it. And then I would take a text. I want you guys to have a great night and think about what I said. It's very important that you get your lives back and put your all into it, you know. And Robert, I'd be glad to talk to your friend if your friend's willing to talk. I'm not going to waste my time with people, okay? I'm not here to put the carrot in front of the donkey, okay? I'm the guy for the ride that's going to help you get your life back and start enjoying Christmases. And if you take this course, you'll put up a tree this year if you haven't in years. You put up a small tree, and that small tree can be a big tree, or if you put up I like putting up a real tree. If I didn't, I'm getting to that point, you know. I like doing that stuff. A Christmas to me and fishing are the biggest things in my life, you know. So I want you to have a great night, and thank you, Jane, again, and thank you all. You know what? I appreciate, you can call me, message me, and if you really need help, I'll be there for you 100%. And just stay focused. And if I tell you, listen, you're going off track with what you're talking about, please listen to me, because I will never get down to the problem with you. There's another part of Road to Recovery. It's called cleaning out your closet. And that's another thing where I ask you questions. And I'm on the phone with people. I've done this with people for 4 or 5 hours where you got to get everything so you can start your life over again. And all this stuff will go away. Trust me. Road recovery does work 100%. I was a human guinea pig for it. So you know what? I'm the one who figured it out and sat here and figured out as much as what they did with the contrast with me. I'm quick on the computer. It's not that I'm better than anyone else. I'm just a lot faster. So you have a great night, Pat, Jane, Robert, Amy, okay? And, you know, you all have a great night, 100%, okay? And like I said, you take life day by day. Life's a gift, and please don't let it slip. And try to watch a video at least twice a day. And you'll feel better at the end of the week. And when next week comes, you do the same thing. After 12 weeks, you write down the videos that really helped you. You mark it down, part 1 helped me. Then the next week, you go on and watch that again, and it'll go back into your mind, okay? Your mind stores stuff, and you can bury the stuff in your subconscious, especially death. So I'll talk to you guys later. You have a blessed night. And you know what? Stay stress-free. Keep positive. And don't let stuff bother you so much. One day you're going to wish, and you're going to wish. You know how many people are going to look at you when you make the big change, okay? And you're happy and they're not? Because you know why? They should have took the road recovery. It was here for the taking. Have a blessed night. I'll talk to you again later. My name is Pauly D, and welcome to the Road to Recovery. You have a great night and a great weekend. I'm going to do I got to do two things and get a radio show set up. And I might be a little late for the radio show, so I'll probably be in there about 20 after 10. All right, so I'll put the music on for you guys. Okay, you take care. I'll be back. Okay, next Sunday I'll see you guys at 9 o'clock. Okay, talk to you later. Bye bye.